Greetings, my subscribers, as well my newest subscribers. Thank you all for coming. Now, for today, I'm going to demonstrate to you how I prepare my delicious Sunday dinner, and this would have been oven roast pork along with the gongo peas and rice with steamed vegetable. Now, guys, this demonstration is worthwhile watching. I don't want to miss it, so stay tuned, and I'll be right back. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to my kitchen. Now, here in the bowl, I have approximately 3.5 pounds of pork chops, right? Now, my pork chops were cleaned up and washed with lime juice and vinegar. And as I said before, I love to use my lime juice and vinegar to wash my meat. You know what I mean? Furthermore, lime juice and vinegar makes a perfect combination. You know what I mean? So that's why I love to use it. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is to season my pork, right? So I have my jar here with my blended jerk season. So I'm just gonna add around maybe 3 spoons. 1, 2, 1 more, 3. Alright. So I'm gonna seal it. Next I'm going to add some dash. Some dash season, and that would have been the dash season with onion and herbs. No, it's not just onion and herbs only, but you know, it has a lot of blend seasoning in it. Alright, so I'm going to add that to the pork. I'm adding the dash season based on the amount of pork that I have here in the container. Next, I'm going to add my Maggi all-purpose season. And like we said before, I'm adding my season based on the amount of pork that I have here in the container, right? It's 2.5. So you just want to make sure that or should I say, make sure that I, apply enough season to it. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead now and rub it all up. Now, while doing this way, I want to make sure that the pork is properly coated, right? So I'm just ensuring that it's properly rubbed up. You notice I'm tossing it, I'm spinning and I'm rubbing, because I want the season to penetrate the meat, right? Because I like my pork is seasoned to the bone, so as I said before, season it and make it penetrate, you know what I mean? Now, with my blended jerk season, guys, everything is in it. I'm talking about pepper, onion, scallion, thyme, ginger, pimento berries, garlic. Everything is within it, guys. I'm telling you, that's why I don't need no more season than my blended jerk season along with my dash and my Maggi all-purpose, right? And when I said those are just a season that I use, that's just a season I use, and as you can see, You know what I mean? Yeah, man, for real. You don't know it already, you know. You know, say, anything my hand touch a danger. Anything my hand touches is danger. You know what I mean? And my daughter can vouch for that too. She can vouch for that. All right. You know, me always say, you know, guys, there's only one MTC, you know. There's only one MTC, you know what I mean? That's me. There cannot be another MTC. You feel me? If there's another MTC, it's a fake. Because I'm the only, one and only, and the original. One and only and the original. All right? All right, so see the guys, see it? Look, I know the pork, the loving man, I tell you, and the cuts are exactly how I like it to be. Not too thin, not too thick. Furthermore, just look in between the meat and the skin. Now, if you notice, there's less fat in here, less fat, and that's how I like it. Now, guys, if I'm gonna purchase pork and it's fatty, I don't need it. You know what I mean? That's not healthy. You know what I mean? If you look on it, if you notice, look on it good, right? Just look on it good. You can see the skin, right? And in between is just a small amount of fat, just a small amount. And then you have all the lean right here. I tell you, something like it, you know, guys. That means whenever I go to the butcher, right? And ask if they have pork, and I say yes, I say, well, I want to see it. I want to see it because I am not going to purchase nothing that I don't need. You know what I mean? Furthermore, I like to tell them exactly how I like it to be cut. Yeah, come and really work with the puss in a bag. Puss in a bag as in mean, you know, you're going to purchase something and you don't know what you're going to get. And then when you get it and reach home, and then you open the package and you're going to be like, oh my God. You know what I mean? So before you park out the grocery store or the meat shop, just ensure you look at the meat that you're gonna get, because if you don't look at it then, and when you get home and look at it, and then you're gonna be surprised, you're gonna be disappointed, that's a no-no. So the best thing to do is make sure that when you purchase a meat, just look on it to ensure that you get what you require, right? As I said before, for me, I like my perfectly cut meat, you know what I mean, not too fatty. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. All right, so guys, as you can see, I am going to seal it up. But before I do so, I need to give it a test to see, you know, if it has the right taste. If it has the right taste, all right. Taste again. Right, seems all right. So that's about it. That's about it for it. The pork properly seasoned and ready to set on the fridge to marinate for the next day. All right. Just clean up this area here. And you see the thing about it, guys, is like I said, when you are seasoned chicken, pork, or whatever, mutton, just make sure it's a big container. Use a big container. A big container works better, because if it's a small container, by the time you stir, there's gonna be mess on the counter. You don't want that, right? So just make sure say you have a big bowl, so that means you can control it. So as you stir up and serve, it won't make too much mess. You know what I mean? As you can see. All right, so that's a wrap, guys. I'm going to cover it and rest it on the fridge. Alright guys, so here I have my lovely native coconut, and this coconut is what I'm going to use to cook my bongo rice and peas. So I'm going to brush it open. But before I do so, I am going to brush it to get the water from it. You know what I mean? So let me just stroke it with machete. Then I'm going to pour the water inside the container, like so. Now, there are some debris in it, and that came off the coconut. However, it's not a big deal. What I'm gonna do is to extract it, right? And then I can drink the water. Stay tuned. So I'm breaking the coconut. Just removing the shell. Right, so let's put these coconuts within the bowl before me. So I'm just gonna take this apart, like so. Now this coconut was growing, right? Now this grew up in the eye area, right? Now if this coconut was remaining, without say for instance, if the coconut was not ox from the hooks, right? And remained in the ox, as in mean we're talking about the coconut of the outer part. This is the hard shell, this is the nut. So the outer shell of the coconut, it was remained and at ox, right? What would have happened is it would have grown. And this is the seed. Right? This is the seed. Because my dad was looking at me like, what are you talking about, Dad? So I had to explain to her, just to let her know exactly what I'm talking about. So you have the shell, you have the nut inside, and you have the outer part of the coconut, which is the ox of the coconut, right? If it was in the ox, right, and did not ox out and remain there, it would have grown into a coconut tree, and this would have been the nut right here that grows out of the coconut, right? That's what I'm talking about. Well, you know what, guys? She wouldn't understand because she doesn't know how coconut grow. So that's just how it is. All right, so I'm gonna break these up. All right, so I'm gonna all right, I'm going to reach my knife and remove them from the shell. Now, when removing the coconut from the shell, right, use the tip of the knife. Use the tip of the knife, the tip, right, like so, right. Then easily come out just like that. So always use the tip of the knife, right. Take it out. So I'm going to ask my daughter kindly to cut up the coconut, right? So stay tuned for that. So my daughter has went ahead and right. So here's a lovely coconut, which is my native coconut that I went ahead and burst open, throw the water out, drink it, ox it out and wash it and cut up. So here it is. So I've asked my daughter to cut it up for me. So I'm going to go ahead now and pour it into the blender. Right? So I'm going to pour it now into the blender, like so. So as I pour it in the blender, what I'm going to do next is to pour some water in it. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna go ahead now and pour the water inside of the blender. Now bear in mind that this is the top of the blender, right? And you have the base. The base is the piece that this sits on. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna cover it and rest of the blender. So stay tuned for that. The top is on the base. So what I'm gonna do now is to kick it. So I'm gonna kick it right now. So Bear in mind it's gonna make some noise. Alright, I'm going to extract it now. So let me get the strainer and the container. So stay tuned. Now I've removed the top from off the base. So I'm going to extract it now. Alright, so I'm gonna pour it in now, nice and easy. Nice and easy as the juice flows out from the strainer into the bowl below. Right? And I'm gonna use my spoon. This spoon here just add some tension to the trash within the strainer so the juice can flow easily through. Right? Now I could have used my hand, but I decided not to. I'm just gonna use the spoon here. The spoon will do the work exactly how I need it to, right? So I'm just adding some tension to the trash within the strainer so that the juice can flow through, right? And I'm not adding too much tension because then I don't want to break the strainer. It's plastic, but I don't know if there's metal that's within the plastic. So I just want to be careful and how I add too much tension to it, you know what I mean? If you notice, it's not sit down on anything, right? It's in my hand up, because the strainer, if I should put it down, the whole strainer will be in the milk, so I don't want it to be that way. So if you notice what I'm doing, I hold the strainer up high, and then I'm just adding tension to the trash within the strainer so the juice can flow through easily. Right? Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Come on, for real, man. You don't know, you already know. Sunday afternoon settings, you know what I mean? Cooking up some Jamaican dishes, you know? For real. Alright, let me just remove this now. So as you can see, I have a bowl of natural coconut milk. So what I'm gonna do is to place this aside, right? Now the peas is cooking. So I'm gonna place this aside until I'm ready to add it to the cooked peas, right? Now what I'm gonna do is to remove the pork from the fridge and set it on the counter to chill for a while before I begin the cooking process with the pork. So stay tuned. Alright, so I did have some water here in the cooker boiling, right? So what I'm gonna do is to season the water. See? So I'm gonna season with some Maggi all-purpose season, right? Some Maggi all-purpose season. gotta season the water, right? Because the thing about it is that if you're going to put the pork in the water just so, what's gonna happen is that the water is gonna try to take away the taste from the pork. So when you season the water, you know what I mean, it balance. So it won't take away the taste, right? It won't take away the taste. Now the thing is that you may be wondering why I'm season the water. As I said before, you know what I mean, if I don't season the water is gonna take away most of the taste from the pork. Even though the pork has been on the fridge for a day, you know what I mean. But this is, if I'm gonna use a pure water only, you know what I mean, it's gonna take away some of the taste and the pork. So when we season it, you know what I mean, it balance. So that means it won't take away the taste. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead now and put in the pork. Alright, and these are some pork chops. Nice cut. You know what I mean? Exactly how I like it to be. And my pork was seasoned for a day. Alright. Now best beans, I know you don't do pork. JB, I am brother. I know I don't do pork either, but I saw the thing said Jamaica. I feel thing this, you know. You see it? This guy, you know, feel long way, you know, cause you don't know what thing go. Alright, Elsie. Hey, Elsie. This is your favorite, you know. So see the guys. Alright. The pork is now within the cooker. Right? Now what I'm gonna do is to catch a little water within the container here, right? As you can see, in the container, and then I'm going to just stir it and then throw it in here, right? Alright, so I'm giving it a good stir, trying to get everything, you know what I mean? Alright, then I'm gonna pour it in there like so. Now bear in mind, I'm going to allow it to come back to a boil, right? Before I fully, I'm going to allow it to come back to a boil before I fully cover it. So I'm going to rest it like so, right? I turn I turn on the back, right? As you can see, it's on the back. As soon as it comes to a boil, then I'm going to turn the cover over and then close it. So just stay tuned. Alright, so it has now come to a boil. So what I'm gonna do is to flip it over like so and then seal it. Now when it was boiling, you can see some of the seasoning here in the cup, so I'm just gonna wipe it off. Just make sure the area is clean. You understand? Alright. Then I'm going to rest the cover here on and allow it to come to a full boil. Then I'm going to hear it whistle. So stay tuned. Alright, so the pressure is kicking now, so I'm going to give it approximately 5 minutes. That is 5 minutes. Now the thing is that the same pork here, I know the texture of it, so 5 minutes. 5 minutes should be enough for it. Alright, so stay tuned. I mean, yeah, few happenings are going on, few happenings are going on, so stay tuned. Now, while the pork is in the cooker, tenderizing, I'm going to pour me now the coconut milk in the pot here with the peas. So as you can see, my gungo peas is cooked, right? Alright. So I'm going to throw the milk into the container here. Now I'm going to catch just a little bit of water. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, just to rinse out the bowl here, and I'm gonna pour it into the pot. Alright, now I'm gonna cover it and allow it to come to a boil. Now when it comes to a boil, I'm gonna have to half mash the cover like so. Why? Because I don't want the milk to boil over on the stove. So I'm gonna half mash it as soon as it comes to a boil. But for now, I'm gonna fully cover it. So stay tuned. Alright, so as you can see, the coconut milk has now come to a boil. So I'm going to allow it to cook for approximately 15 to 17 minutes. Alright, now I like when my coconut milk is boiled down until it turns custard. So just keep on tuning and you'll see on how it gets down to that. Alright? Alright, so the coconut milk has reached a boiling point, which is 17 minutes, and I have my seasonings here: scotch bonnet pepper, scallion, and thyme. Alright, some people call it green onions, but here in Jamaica we call it scallion. Alright, so I'm gonna allow it to boil for at least say 3 more minutes, then I'm gonna add the rice to the pot. So keep on tuning and you'll see and what's going on here. We're in my kitchen. Around 1 teaspoon of salt. Alright, so as you can see now it has come back to a boil, so I'm going to use my spoon and give it a stir. As we said before, if you don't stir it, it's gonna be lumpy. And you don't want that, right? So you wanna give it a nice stir and allow the rice to be, loosened. So nothing needs to be sticking to each other, right? So give it a nice stir. While I'm doing this, I can feel the rice sticking to the pot. I just wanna give it a nice stir. And I'm ensuring that the peas and the rice is properly blended. Now I don't want to have too much peas in one area, right? You know what I mean? You got ready, right? So just want to give it a nice stir, just to avoid any lumps or too much peas in one area. All right. So as you can see, I'm going to cover it and allow it to continue to cook until finish. Now I'm going to check on the pork and see what's going on. So stay tuned. Right, so I'm going to remove the top, then the cover. All right. Now I'm going to check the texture of the pork, right? As I said before, if when I check it and it's too hard, then I know exactly what to do. But as it seems, it feels okay. So what I'm gonna do is to remove the pork from the cooker and put it within the baking pan. Now guys, stay tuned for that and you'll see what's going on. I'm gonna remove the pork and place them within the pan right here beside me. Now, if you know me, I take them up in a make, because then I don't want to make a mess on the stove. So I'm trying my best to avoid that from happening. I'm just making space, just to make sure everything can fit. I believe there's around 2 more pieces, if I'm not lying. 2 more pieces, as I said before. I'm gonna just place these right. Now this is a big one right here. Pork is nice. Alright, so I'm gonna show you what it looks like. There it is. See? That's a pork right there, you know what I mean? So what I'm gonna do now is to drop it within the oven. Not my small oven, but my stove oven. Alright? So stay tuned for that. Alright, so as you can see, now look on the bongo rice and peas. Say it look shelly, guys. May I tell you, Right, the fire is on low and it's gonna continue steam until it's finished cook. Just stay tuned. Alright, so you know, say I did some steamed vegetable, you know what I mean? Yeah, something simple, just some cabbage with carrot and seasoning and butter. Seeing, so just keep on tuning, you know what I mean? And you see what I go on, you know what I mean, we're in the pot, you see? Alright, so keep on tuning. Alright guys, as you can see, the pork in the oven, but you don't know, I kept it covered, you know what I mean? So I will show you what it looks like when it's all done. You can smell the aroma. It just smells so delicious. Oh my God. I can't wait. I want to show you the result of my oven roast pork. Alright, so stay tuned. First I'm going to give my vegetables a stir. You can smell the aroma. It just smells so nice. I don't like my vegetable is cooked too soft, you know what I mean? I like to have that crunchy sound. You know, when I bite into it, you hear that crunchy sound. That's what I like. Right, so I'm going to cover it and give it 1 more minute, and that should be about to the stage, right, guys? So here is a reveal, and here is my oven roast pork. As you can see, just came out of the oven, looking so delicious. I cannot wait to dive into it. Mika, you see what I go on? You taking note, Mika? I eat it now. Here it is. This is the grand finale. This is the gongo peas and rice cooked chili, and it smells so delicious. You know what I mean? Can't wait to dive into it. Cannot wait to dive into it. That's what I say. Real. Here's my lovely steamed veggie. You know what I mean? Something simple. Just some cabbage and carrot with seasonings, you know what I mean? Real. I never had no broccoli, so I just settled with what I have. Alright, so it's working what you have, you know what I mean? Because I don't know if you have it, it makes sense to go far and beyond to get it. So that's just it, you know? Guys, dinner is served. What are you having for your Sunday dinner? Guys, if you made it this far watching my video, thank you for watching.